Capricorns, how you doing? Welcome to your energy tarot reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 17th to the 23rd of February. I've done the energy update and the messages from energy as well. So we're going to be talking about earth and air energy. And you do have a lot of air energy within you, but we're mainly, it's mainly the earth energy that is playing into our lives this week here. And as that earth energy does come in, it's all going to be about what's going on the surface. And I think it's about how you're pulling your intuition, or you're connecting the inside to the outside world, basically. That's how it seems to be at the moment, that the inside's got to reflect the outside and the outside's got to reflect the inside. That's what it seems like here for you. So let's just bring up your Astroflower. Let's just see what's going on with the general energy here. There's a lot of determination to move forward and move on. And I don't think it's moving away from something. I think it's just a real personal thing. It's not necessarily, I don't think this involves other people. I think this is about you moving on yourself within your spirit. And it seems like this is, there's decisions that need to be made on the financial side, but certainly on the relationship side, it's you just being comfortable with you. Yeah, it's old and new start, death and rebirth. This is the new Capricorn that's finally coming to the surface. By the looks of things, and there's no messing with you, really, by the looks of things. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side. It's a real, it plays into this card here, the outer energies. It's a real attitude, it's an engagement, and I think this engagement is changing from within you, of how you engage in life. On your karmic path, it plays into the synchronicities, and the synchronicities are also playing outwards, and it's sort of, I almost get this feeling as a sort of like take it or leave it sort of scenario. Is not what you're saying to the outside world. I think the outside world is saying it to you, take it or leave it, and it's as if like the outside world doesn't really give a monkeys about you. And I think this is okay, that's fine. Then if someone doesn't, is not willing to invest, then that's fine. You can just obviously that's where you become that sort of that lone wolf sort of thing, where you're just sort of like playing into you going off like a king of cups, the king of pentacles sort of scenario here, and going off into a world that corresponds to you. In your past self here, your past self seems to be, it's almost as if that's the past and I want to work on the future. That's what it seems to be like. And your future self here in your relationship side, it's all about a new you, discovering the new you, discovering, what you want in life. And I think you're going to be quietly surprised with yourself in regards to the relationships. Let's just see what's going on in the engagement of all of that. It's like you're being very open. You should be very open with the world around you, but you're not selling your soul. So you're letting people in, but without you committing, as it were. That's what it seems to be. Yeah, you are definitely going off on a mission. This is on your karmic path. This is where it's really, I think it's like, it's you going off on your mission. It's very vibrant. I think you're discovering a lot about you, a lot about your energy, a lot about your spiritual path, a lot about what you should be doing in life, how you should feel about life and everything like that. It's really, really nice for you. In your connections to the outside world, synchronicities, there's the Eight of Pentacles. It's all to do with, which you're very good at, is just working with people around them without them, letting them into your life, and being very civil with everyone, but it's having those healthy boundaries. And I think that's something that you need to work on. From your past, you have the Empress card here. I think it's in the past is taught you how to become very much more in control of your emotions, whereas before, your emotions run deep and they really do touch you profoundly. But here is now is a case here, and I think this is the new you coming out, is kind of going, okay, well, you're not going to get close to my heart because I don't want it to be disrupted, because you're happy with what you're living and what you're doing. So I don't want to get involved in it. I don't want you to, I don't want the outside world to disturb it. So I think this is all about you working on yourself. It's really important about you working on yourself. And in your future, you start to learn how to, the opportunity that you're creating here from that Knight of Wands, you get the Page of Wands. It's you learning about your passions and being very childlike about it. I don't mean childlike as sort of kind of, no, I'm not going to do that. Childlike in a way, kind of going, oh, wow, look at that. It's fantastic. And really exploring your passions of living life. How you engage in the world, you get the Two of Swords. Yeah, I think there is decisions that you're making here. I think there's, I think it's the decision here for you to actually start looking after you rather than worrying about other people, because, it seems like working, it seems like work, having to, because you have to do everything for everybody else rather than, people inputting within the relationship. It seems like you're constantly the one doing the work. So, and obviously they, these people, this person or the person that you may be connected with, they just don't seem to care. They may do, but they're certainly not expressing it. And so, it doesn't really, obviously there's no real sort of sincere feelings from that side. So, you can easily just let it go. Let's just see what's going on the financial side here. There's something really big in your future, and it seems like everything's playing to that direction. Let's see what's going on there. You get the Eight of Wands, a definite vision for you and your future is becoming very, very clear. Something that you're working towards. This is all about the death and rebirth. This is the rebirth of you, Capricorn, in a direction that sort of corresponds to you. In your connections with the outside world, I think you come across as this independent, really strong person that knows what they want, and I think that is generally true as well. And it's a case of going after it, and you're getting at them now. There seems to be an offering coming in that's creating a lot of inspiration that's going to pick life up incredibly. And in the past, you may have been carrying a lot. You may have been carrying a lot of people. But that's in the past. I think you need to let go of a lot of things. I think you need to drop a lot of things and streamline things, so you're just going after what makes you success more than anything else. And that wave is coming, and it's coming in the future. And the Three of Wands here is that inspiration in the background there, as you might well be able to see. You can see those waves that are in the background, and that's what the Three of Wands is doing. And that is the wave that's coming through you. And I think it's making it very, very clear for you what you should be going after more than anything. What's the connection, how you should be engaging in this week here. It's all about turning a new leaf. It's all about approaching things in a different way, or approaching the way in which you do your finances in a different way. It seems like there's a big opportunity that you're realizing here that it's almost, you can't believe it. You get the Ten of Swords. Yes, I think you got the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords on this side now, on your financial side. I think it is a case here. It does tie into this death and rebirth. It's letting go of the idea of kind of going, I did this in the past and it didn't work. Well, because the past was the past. The environment, the financial environment, or the business environment, or the energy environment just wasn't the same. And now you're sort of like, you're starting to understand this, and you're getting this inspiration this week of kind of to streamline things and to allow certain things to be, it's finished. And when it's finished with you, Capricorn, it's really finished. There's no going back on it. So that's what it seems like on the financial side. There's a big idea that's coming to the fore that needs to be investigated as you go forward. Okay, let's just bring up your elements and see what's going on in regards to the elements that we saw in the energy update and the messages from energies. Yes. So, oh yeah, you can't see your elements, can you? Right, there you go. There's your elements. So yes, here we go. We're looking at the earth and air. Now, that's the thing with Capricorn. If you're looking in the center of you, there's no earth whatsoever. You know, you're one of these full signs. You've got more water in you, more emotions than you do earth. And people do misread you all the time. You know, that's the problem with the outside world. They just don't get you. They just don't get Capricorn, you know, which is an utter shame. But we're looking at the earth, which is the main thing. And it's all about the here and now. It's all about the interaction with the outside world. I think you're taking a stance and you're taking a direction. And I think the energy is helping you to do that this week, to really put things into place. But then you've got the underlining energy of air. And you do have a lot of air that's all over the place here within you. There is a lot of mental stimulus that goes along with the emotional stimulus as well. So I will like to pull one card on each of these sections here and just see what's going on in this future here for your relationship side as well. And see, so we're going to be pulling out and seeing what's going on with that idea on the financial side and how that inspiration is going to come to you and what doors is it going to open for you going forward. So let's start off on that financial side. Let's just see what's going on from there. You get the Three of Pentacles. It could well be a job offering that comes in for you. And then you've got the Three of the Wands at the top here. As I say, I don't think it's going to be a bit of a surprise. I don't think you see it coming. You get the Four of Swords as well. It gives you healing from something, possibly healing from financial difficulties in the past. This inspirational idea that's bringing you and taking you to much more calmer shores. I would follow this idea. You may not believe in it in the beginning, but you've got to start believing in yourself. And once you start doing that, that's when you're going to get the results. It's going to say goodbye to all doubt and disappointment within your life, I think, as you go forward. And I think that disappointment has something to do with the Ten of Swords. You get the Emperor card as well. I think it's going to make you a lot stronger. Taking this new stance in regards to work, business and projects is not trying to do everything and really streamlining it onto the things that work for you. And that's when you're going to realize that actually I don't have to do this anymore. You know, I can do something completely different. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side here. Let's see what's going here. We've got the Four of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, are you holding on to something too tightly? It's possibly you're holding on to, you know, the idea that people around you can see you for what you truly are, rather than making judgments upon you, which are false. And, you know, so you might be holding out a light for that, but I wouldn't. I would just be very conscious about where you really put your time, money, effort and energy into. And you get the Page of Wands as well. It is going to breed into something where you can explore your energies by yourself without having to worry about the outside world. And that's where you're heading off on a mission. I think that mission is gradually taking you forward to what you want to be doing. And there's a decision that you need to make. What's this decision all about? You get the Empress card. I think because you've now got the Empress card and the Emperor card, it's a decision about you being the best example of yourself. It's a whole new world for you that you should be going into, exploring your passions with the world, and it's your passions. And this is where you get the Ace of Pentacles, ultimate goals for you in regards to emotional or spiritual sort of pathway. And that's because you're taking a stance. You're sort of like realize that, you know, this person doesn't really care for you. It's just a false sort of caring and stuff like that, you know, because they don't do anything in order to sort of like help it. So, you know, this is what's created this sort of like, you know, almost like rocks up that to sort of say, you know, no one's ever going to come and touch you again in the future. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. And I think, you know, I think you are heading towards the idea of I want to enjoy life rather than being submissive to the whims and ways of others that are around you. There you go, Capricorn. Bit of a traumatic week for you, I think, this week here, and I think you're going to feel very secure about it in the future, but you do need to go through it, I think, to get there. Don't forget about the energy update and the messages from energies. I will see you soon. Thanking you very much for all your support you give to this channel. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.